Smart. That's my new intro, bringing them Ziz vibes back to mainstream. Happy birthday, by the way. I think that billion-dollar corporations are scamming kids by offering them things like TikTok followers, Instagram followers, and Fortnite hacks. It's essentially the 21st century version of asking, hey kids, you want some candy? But I'm getting ahead of myself here, so let's take a few steps back and see what really got me started down this rabbit hole. So me being a YouTube sensation and all, but still not hitting 1,000 followers on Instagram, I was wondering, how do I grow my Instagram page? So I look into some YouTube and I come across this. How to get free 10,000 Insta followers fast, 2020 working way. Sign me the fuck up. So basically he tells you to go to some 10,000 follower genital website.
Guys, this is the 10,000 genital follower website.
You fill out your username and how many followers you want. You're getting invested, you're feeling good about the process, but right before you actually get the followers, you have to verify that you're a human.
So you just have to choose 3 apps to install to verify your account verification. Okay, it's necessary to get 10,000 followers.
Now, I thought human verification was just like doing a CAPTCHA or something. But apparently, for you to verify yourself here, you have to download apps and use them for at least 30 seconds. I don't want to make a mountain out of a molehill here, but honestly, it sounds like they're making a click farm out of your boy. And believe me, I'm from Bangladesh. So this wouldn't be the first time someone tried to make a click farm out of me. If you haven't figured it out, the entire thing is a complete scam. Even if you download the apps for 30 seconds and play them or whatever, you never actually get the followers. But they do a solid job convincing kids that it actually works by showing dumbass animations like this one. But really, it's just that. Animations. I mean, you can literally tell that this is a recording and not actually happening. Like, notice how in this video, the thing opens before he actually presses it. And then here he misses the Instagram icon so hard, like his finger is way off, but it still opens. When you get Instagram followers, it definitely doesn't jump up like that. You would just refresh it once and then it would be a big spike. I mean, I don't know, I don't have any Instagram followers. And plus 10,000 new subs, yet still only 3 profile views. I actually checked the account. It currently has 27 followers. If you keep watching, you can literally see it end. Like, you see that gray triangle that a video has when it's paused. Then it goes back to the file navigation app where we see an ad for a Christian school. So as if making a click farm out of us wasn't bad enough, now they're trying to make us go to school. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Nobody's gonna fall for this. That video was obviously horrible, but they're not all that bad. Let me introduce you to a special someone named Zach Parker. Now this is a channel promising to teach you how to get more TikTok followers.
Ciao, what's up guys? In this video, I'll be showing you how you can get free TikTok followers.
It's essentially the same thing. You go on some website, but then right before you actually get it, you have to verify that you're a human by getting some apps and having them open for at least 30 seconds. This video has a really positive like to dislike ratio, and then you check the comments, and it's just flooded with comments of people saying that this actually works. Pretty convincing at this point. So I go on this guy's page just to learn a little more about Zach. But then I noticed something a little weird. This guy hasn't posted a video in over a year, and his old videos weren't even in English. And then out of nowhere, he just posts a video like this. It's almost as if his account was hacked. So I clicked one of the recommended videos. This time from a different channel, a guy named Ricky Beans.
I'll show you exactly how you can get free TikTok likes or free TikTok followers.
Wait a minute, the person in Ricky's video is the exact same person as the one in Zach's video. Okay, so you check the comments. The comments that this person receives are word for word the exact same comments that Zach receives. Okay, you go to Ricky's profile. He hasn't really made any videos in over a year either, and his past videos weren't really in English. His account was hacked too. Then you click on iPanda's account. Once again, the videos are the same person, and you check his account, and it's also clearly a hacked account. So scamming kids wasn't bad enough. Whoever's behind this is also hacking and stealing YouTube accounts to do it. Now, I have so many questions. Questions like, who's behind all of this? How are they making money? Why those apps in particular? But before we answer any of those, I just want to go through one more video because this one is just funny as hell. So without further ado, here's Dyron Surma teaching us how to get TikTok followers. So he brings you to this website where you enter your information and it plays this hacking animation. If you've been watching my channel for a while, then you know I just love the mainstream representation of hacking. First of all, What language is this? I've never seen a colon after the keyword import, and it looks like they're just importing random methods as opposed to like files or classes or libraries. Kind of weird. I just love the random clusterfuck of words that just sound hackery. And in what terminal does it show words being typed from left to right as opposed to just being printed line by line? You know, to run a script, you don't need to show what's happening. Like, it could just be running in the back. So the question is, what's even the point of including this little hacking animation? I imagine it's because shit like this gets 11-year-olds shaking on the edge of their fucking seat. They probably feel like somehow they're the hacker here. They probably feel so exhilarated watching this shit. And I think that's wholesome. I do. So anyway, you do the verification and then you see the animation of his followers going up. All right, let's see the mazig. Now here's the best part. So the person who made this video is Darren Surma, right? You could see it in his TikTok account. But then you check the comments and a person named Darren Surma commented, "Thanks for the trick." Then a different user named Darren Surma commented, "Lovely." Another Darren Surma comment, "It's fantastic. You can brush my hair." These accounts have separate profile pictures, so you know they're not the same account. I just find this insanely low effort commenting to be the funniest thing. Alright, so now let's get to the bottom of this. Who's making these videos? Who's like behind this scam? Now the obvious answer here, the answer that probably all of you guys are thinking, or everyone who's made a video on this type of scam before has assumed, is affiliates. It makes sense that these are just low-level scammers that signed up for some affiliateship program with the App Store and are somehow generating a small revenue every time someone downloads these apps with their affiliate link. One thing that supports the argument that they're just affiliates is the fact that whenever you go on one of these sites, which you can only go on your phone, by the way, if you go to these websites on your computer, it doesn't work. It just sends you to some McDonald's survey. But if you want to go through this process of having to download these apps, it has to be on your phone. Now, the problem is when it's redirecting all these URLs and you're on your phone, you can't copy the URLs in time. And since you can't go on it on your computer, how do you check these links out? Well, thankfully, I have a MacBook with an iPhone simulator. So what I did was I opened these links up on the iPhone simulator on my Mac, and then I could copy the links from there. The links are filled with keywords like affiliate or UTM campaign. It makes me think, okay, they are just some low-level affiliates that are probably abusing some affiliate program with the App Store. This would mean that these apps, which mind you are from billion-dollar corporations, I mean, these aren't just sketchy apps, these are really big apps. It concludes that, okay, they're not even a part of it. They're just being taken advantage of by these low-level people. It makes sense except for the fact that Apple discontinued its App Store affiliation program in 2018. Okay. Interesting. So if they're not making money directly from affiliate links with the App Store, then how are they making money? I went through the trouble of checking out a bunch of these websites from different YouTubers, just different links, and I've noticed that almost all of these websites are about 99% identical and sometimes even lead back to the same URLs. Another thing is they seem like they always pull from the same selection of apps. One company in particular is Zynga. I've noticed that Zynga apps are always being pushed. It looks like right now, the top 2 most pushed apps are both from the company Zynga, a company worth almost $6 billion. Keep this in mind, it will be important later. So next, I found this article about this company called Selfio. This company got something crazy like 500,000 downloads within the first 9 months of launching. Insanely good numbers, but it turns out that these downloads were actually artificial. They got them through something that's called a user acquisition firm. So it turns out that this company claiming to be worth like $1 billion actually faked all their downloads, which ranked them really high on the App Store. Once the Google Play Store found out, they removed all of their downloads and reviews. But what piqued my interest here is these user acquisition firms. Like, what the fuck is that? So I looked into them, and here's how user acquisition firms describe themselves. We will help increase the number of users in your mobile application by working with advertising networks. We will help your app increase visibility and increase the number of organic downloads. Now, I'm not insinuating that these firms are doing anything, but I'm just saying that if I were making a click farm out of kids, that is exactly how I would describe myself. Let's dive deeper. Let's look into specific firms. So the first user acquisition firm that I found actually listed some of the companies that they work with. You know, like when a big producer works with a huge star like Justin Bieber, they would want to mention that so that future clients know that, oh, they're legit. So some of the companies that this user acquisition firm has worked with is Zynga. Interesting. Okay, so you find a different user acquisition firm and they've worked with Zynga. That's kind of interesting considering how the two most pushed apps right now are both from the company Zynga. Okay, maybe it's just a coincidence. I mean, I can't prove that these two things are related, right? Well, what's another app that's being pushed right now? Okay, it looks like these scammers are also pushing Home Advisor. And it looks like these user acquisition firms also work with Home Advisor. Could it be possible that in regards to these scam videos on YouTube, these billion-dollar companies are actually behind it? Before I get sued, I'm just saying I don't actually know anything. I'm just speculating here. It just makes a lot of sense to me. I mean, like, am I the conspiracy theorist here? Other people have in the past talked about these kinds of scams, but it seems like everyone's just really quick to assume, oh, it's just affiliate links from like low-level scammers that are using these apps. But wouldn't it be a huge development if we found out that these huge billion-dollar companies were actually the ones behind it? Like, it makes sense. A billion-dollar company like Zynga signs with a user acquisition firm that promises them organic downloads, which is, honestly, it's so borderline organic. Like, in my definition, I would consider these downloads artificial, even though they're technically not bots. Then these user acquisition firms deliver these downloads with a series of hacking YouTube accounts and scamming kids. Now, this is where the spot for affiliate links fits. Maybe the user acquisition firms are hiring these people who are using their affiliate links that lead back to the firm. So maybe the people directly in the video are affiliates to the user acquisition firm. It's extremely profitable for every person involved. The low-level affiliates earn money from the user acquisition firms every time a person downloads one of these apps that they push. The user acquisition firms get cut huge checks straight from big companies like Zynga, and big companies like Zynga make all the money back because these fake downloads make their ratings in the App Store and their rankings go way up, which in turn does give them actual organic downloads back. Like, it's a freaking ecosystem. And even if I'm completely wrong here, what are the chances that these big companies at least don't know that this is happening? Zero. And they're definitely not taking any steps to prevent it. I mean, do you guys see the difference though? The difference between this being just the product of some random people and billion-dollar companies paying firms to hack YouTube accounts, scam kids, and generate artificial downloads. Like, that is wrong on 3 separate levels. I don't know, man. You guys can figure it out for yourselves. This is just a rant about me going down this rabbit hole, and maybe none of this would have happened if 44,000 of you would just follow my Instagram